What up? It's the Grandpa MC coming at you with another video. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Alright, man. It was a pretty good night in the association last night. It's a bunch of games. Got to see some players that's been hurt. Got to see some players that got drafted. Cooper Flag playing with Dallas. They playing him in the wrong position, but that's a whole nother story. But this video is about the announcing the return, but commentating of Michael Jordan to NBC. Now, Michael Jordan, when he started winning the championships, that coincided with NBC's coverage of the NBA. Because Pistons won it in 1990, Bulls won it in 91. CBS ended their coverage in 1990. So NBC picked it up. And it was some great times. But, you know, like I said on the videos that was talking about this subject, Michael Jordan ain't really gonna talk about nothing, man. Michael Jordan is not going to talk about anything controversial. He's not gonna put any players down. He's not gonna say this, that, and the other. He might give a a slightly not controversial, but hot take, slightly. I mean, like, I'm being conservative because I don't expect to hear anything from Michael Jordan that he hasn't said before in other ways. And that's not a put down. Everybody knows Michael Jordan is a brand, man. Jordan brand. You think if Jordan said, all right, so, LeBron, he sucks. You think he gonna say that? Or you think he gonna say, well, I don't think LeBron is committed to the game as he needs to be. Now, he said something similar to that. He said it in code. But he ain't finna gonna come out and blast people if that's what you expecting. Because I remember when it first came out, they talking about Michael Jordan coming back to set the NBA right, man. Jordan's up there to ching, pull it out. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the way he been conducting business. You can't blame a man for being consistent. And I don't blame him. But see, him coming back, it brought all the toxic fanboys around. Not really, but like, what I'm referring to is they showed like this video of Bill Simmons. And I like Bill Simmons, man. Like, especially like early 2010, 2011, up in there, Bill Simmons was must read material for me. Like, I forgot what that thing, that it was a little segment on ESPN. And the terms he would use, the pop culture references, the history, like, it was really, it had me interested. So like, I rode for Bill Simmons, but Bill Simmons comes on his podcast and talk about how, he was so entranced by Michael Jordan, and he, like, he could have said anything and he would have been riveted. I'm like, that's where this LeBron and Michael Jordan stuff is that's where the problem lies, in fans like that. I like Michael Jordan, watching him. If I put in the old game right now and Jordan do something like Jordan, like, that's just how it is. But I mean, like, I don't idolize him like that. I got enough problems on my plate than put idolatry on the docket, man. Like, nah. And it ain't even just that. It's just he was always a basketball player to me. Like, for people in the hood, And, you know, people that hadn't made it to the NBA, you've heard plenty of stories when guys say, man, there was a guy in the hood that was doing stuff like that. That's the truth. They didn't make it. I mean, but you ain't never seen them. Just because, like, Jordan was the first one to do stuff like that, don't mean he was the only one. He was, I mean, like, it was probably a guy somewhere in Georgia somewhere, you know, floating around, you know what I'm saying, doing, excuse me, but you get my point. Jordan was special on the court, true. But, I mean, like, that's pretty much as far you need to take it. And I'm just waiting because they say, you know, like, this position he got, I guess, you know, you got to come to Jordan's house to talk to him. So I guess they gonna cut up a bunch of stuff and it's gonna be safe. It's gonna be safe. He might spice it up one time for you, maybe, but I ain't expecting nothing. I would be extremely surprised if he said something like digging into somebody behind or something like that, so to speak, to use a rough term. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all, man. I'ma holler back. Grandpa out.